Imagine winning an Oscar, becoming the face of Hollywood, and living a life full of fame and fortune, yet hiding the one thing that truly defines you. That's the shocking reality faced by some of the biggest names in showbiz. Behind the glamorous smiles and flashing cameras, there were secrets that could destroy careers and change perceptions forever. Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson, the quintessential Hollywood heartthrob, lived a life full of fame, but also deep secrecy. His marriage to Secretary Phyllis Gates was nothing more than a public facade to silence rumors about his sexuality. The truth, however, came out tragically when he became the first major celebrity to publicly reveal he had AIDS in 1985. His courageous confession not only shook Hollywood to its core but also helped change the way the world viewed both AIDS and homosexuality forever. Raymond Burr. Raymond Burr, known for his iconic role as Perry Mason, built a career on playing a strong, unshakable figure. But off-screen, he was living a life of deception. He fabricated entire families, including a fake wife who supposedly died in a plane crash and another who supposedly passed away from cancer. The truth was revealed only after his death. Raymond Burr had lived in a committed relationship with Robert Benvides for over 3 decades. His secret life was one of love, honesty, and hiding in plain sight.
Cary Grant.
Cary Grant, one of Hollywood's most charming and sophisticated stars, spent years hiding a love that he could never openly embrace. His relationship with fellow actor Randolph Scott was the subject of many rumors, but the truth remained a mystery for decades. The two shared a home in a beautiful beachside mansion, but to the public, they were nothing more than roommates. It wasn't until years later that the deep bond they shared was revealed, forever altering the image of the debonair star. Ramon Novaro. Ramon Novaro, a silent film legend, appeared to have it all, a successful career and a perfect image. But behind his masculine persona was a life of secrecy and fear. He was a gay man in an era where his truth could ruin his career. After his violent death, the world learned of the intense struggles Novaro faced to keep his sexuality hidden. The brutality of his murder revealed the dangers of living openly as a gay man in Hollywood at that time, making him a tragic symbol of hidden truths. Mano. Mano, known for his role in Rebel Without a Cause, lived a life full of fame, rebellion, and love, hidden love. As the first openly gay teen character in Hollywood, his personal life was anything but simple. His secret relationship with James Dean was one of the industry's most well-kept secrets, and his tragic murder at just 37 left many questions unanswered. The shocking end to his life only highlighted the struggles and dangers faced by those who dared to love openly in an era of secrecy and fear. James Dean. James Dean, the ultimate Hollywood rebel, harbored a secret that could have destroyed his career before it even began. Just days before East of Eden made him a star, Dean was being blackmailed by a former lover, Rogers Brackett. Their tumultuous relationship ended, but Brackett resurfaced in 1955 demanding money, threatening to expose Dean's bisexuality. Despite the scandal, Dean never fully denied his truth, leaving the world with only whispers about his relationships and the untold parts of his personal life. Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando, the legendary actor who revolutionized Hollywood with his raw, unfiltered style, was unapologetically open about his bisexuality. In 1976, he boldly admitted to having had homosexual experiences, shattering the taboo around sexual fluidity. His list of lovers included some of Hollywood's most iconic men, including James Dean and Richard Pryor. Brando's open approach to his sexuality, however, was just the tip of the iceberg. His love life was as wild and scandalous as his acting career. Anthony Perkins. Anthony Perkins, the actor best known for his role in Psycho, lived a life marked by internal conflict and fear. His intense and secret relationship with Tab Hunter was one of the most closely guarded secrets in Hollywood. Despite the pressures from the studio to hide his sexuality, Perkins refused to conform. His tragic death from AIDS-related complications was a silent end to a life lived in the shadows, and his private struggles with identity remained hidden from the public until long after his passing. Tab Hunter. Tab Hunter, one of the most beloved stars of the 1950s, lived a carefully constructed lie to protect his career. After being outed in a 1955 magazine scandal, Hunter's agent worked tirelessly to cover up his sexuality, pairing him with actresses to divert public attention. But the pressure of hiding his true self took a toll on Hunter. His memoir, Tab Hunter Confidential, was a bombshell, revealing the painful journey of a man forced to live in the shadow of Hollywood's expectations. Charles Lton. Charles Lton, one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors, spent years hiding his true desires out of fear of ruining his career. Even after winning an Academy Award, he lived in constant fear of exposure. His marriage to actress Elsa Kester was a cover, and he secretly sought relationships with young men. Lton's battle with loneliness and self-loathing was as painful as it was private, and the fear of being exposed consumed him until his final years. Van Johnson. Van Johnson, the darling of MGM in the 1940s, had a secret that the studio was desperate to keep hidden. He was gay. Hollywood's most adored boy next door was forced into a public marriage with Eve Abbott to quash rumors about his sexuality. Behind closed doors, however, Van's love for men remained undeniable. The truth about his marriage came out years later, when Eve revealed that their union had been staged by MGM to protect the Golden Boy's image from being tarnished by scandal. Peter Lofford. Peter Lofford's life was filled with trauma and secrecy. Born into a dysfunctional, upper-class family, he was molested as a child, leaving him scarred and confused about his sexuality. Despite his turbulent relationships with men such as Rock Hudson and Marlon Brando, Lofford's life was defined by trying to fit into a world that refused to accept him. His marriage to Patricia Kennedy, sister of John F. Kennedy, was more of a political alliance than a true love match. Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift, one of the most talented actors of his time, carried the weight of his sexuality in an era that demanded conformity. His secret relationship with actor Tab Hunter was forbidden, and Clift struggled with Hollywood's intolerance. His battle with identity led him to undergo electroshock therapy, an attempt to erase his true self. Despite his attempts to fit into a world that demanded silence, Clift's tragic fate, dying alone in 1966, highlighted the immense pain of living in the shadows of fame. Judy Garland. Judy Garland, the tragic icon who defined an era, was not only a star on the screen but also a victim of Hollywood's harsh expectations. Her struggles with addiction and relationships were well known, but her sexuality remained a closely guarded secret. Behind the scenes, Garland had romantic relationships with women, and the pressures of her double life weighed heavily on her. Despite her public persona as the ultimate showgirl, her private battles reflected the darker side of fame in an industry that offered little room for acceptance. These shocking revelations about Hollywood's biggest stars reveal the untold stories that were buried for decades.